trick is to capture the opponent queen. First, we move the knight to f3. This causes opponent move pawn to d5 rather than e4. Then, we move white pawn to e4. Naturally, the black pawn would capture the white pawn. In order to attack the pawn back, we move the knight to g5. However, to protect black pawn, the knight will move to f6. Then, white pawn move to the d3 and black pawn will capture it. The white bishop also can capture black pawn back. As the black pawn can attack the knight, so we move it to the h6. This forces knight to the f7, which can attack queen and rook. The king is forced to capture knight. We move the bishop then to the g6, also cause the king to capture it. Then we can capture the queen opponent.
Okay, the second method we will see what will happen if the black bishop moves to the f5. The white knight will move to the c3 in order to attack the point, but it will be defended by the knight that moved to the f6. So the queen need to move to the e2 in order to attack the same point. Make a forced move of the black queen to the d4 to support the point. Then the white queen will make a further move towards b5 and check the king. At the same time, it will attack the bishop and the pawn at the b7. In order to protect the king, the bishop need to move back to the d7, and the white queen can continue capture the pawn at b7. Then the black bishop move to the c6 in order to protect the rook and at the same time attack the queen. Then the white bishop will move to the b5, make a forced move of the black queen to the d7. So the white bishop will capture the black bishop and the queen capture it back. And finally the white queen can make the final move and checkmate the king.
Now let's move on to the third variation. Okay, so the third variation starts at the position of the Tennyson Gambit, where the white knight is at g5 and a black pawn is at e4. So in this position, what would you do if the black queen decides to move to d5, attacking this pawn right here at d2 and this knight right here at g5? So the best move that you can do is to move the pawn to d3 so that this bishop right here can protect the knight right here. Okay. So the next possible move for black is to move either knight to f6 or bishop to f5. For example, your opponent decides to move knight to f6. So the best move that you can do next is knight to c3 so that it is attacking the queen. So the queen now moves farther away from the knight, so that the best move that you can do now is to move the pawn to e4, capturing the back pawn. Okay, so now in this position, you are currently ahead of the development. Okay, so let's rewind the pieces back. Okay, so for example, if your opponent does not decide to move either the knight or the bishop, your opponent decides to capture the pawn right here. So what you can do is to move your bishop to d3 to capture the pawn, and then the queen will capture the pawn here at g2. So the best move that you can do right now is e4, bishop to e4, so that this queen right here is in a trap and has nowhere to go except to g4. So in g4, you can capture the queen, and then as a counter attack, the bishop can capture the white queen. And next, the move that you can do is to capture the pawn at b7, so that you are currently attacking the rook here at a8. So that is the third variation.
I think that's all from us. Thank you.
Audio Jungle. Audio